heredity and evolution. This will be coming. I'm not sure. Like Kaushik is there online? Kaushik? Kaushik, can you hear me? Are you there? No one is there. Hello. You want me to check? Yeah. You just check anybody is there or not. Let's will continue. Yeah. Oh, searching for you in online. Right. Okay. Shall we start? Okay. And so this lesson, very important lesson, and for the biology students, okay, or any students. Like in science, this is one of the very important lesson. Okay. First, let's start with. I think evolution is there for you, or only heredity is there. It's there. Okay, fine. So listen. Anyway, like you just check in the next class. Evolution part is there or not. Okay, fine. Now we'll start with the, but without understanding the concept of evolution, and we cannot understand what is genetics. Okay, so evolution means what? Okay. New one. Okay. Like in simple, it's the story of origin of many components, starting from Earth. First, we can say first life form, and then diverse forms of life. Okay. Evolution includes what? Three important components. Okay. It's the story of origin of Earth, how the Earth evolved, originated from nothing to everything. Okay. From the Earth, how the first form of life evolved. And then from that one single form, how different forms of life evolved. Okay, from one single form, how many forms of life evolved. That is what? Evolution. In simple, that is what? Evolution. Okay, fine. Now, a lot more concepts, lot more theories, lot more stories are connected with this. But uh, for our class 10 students, according to this particular chapter, the components of evolution, let's understand. Okay, this evolution has three components. Okay, three components of evolution. Okay, there are three components of evolution. What are the three components? First is heredity. What is the first component of evolution? Heredity. Second component of evolution, variation. Okay, the third component of evolution, natural selection. Okay, what are the three components of evolution? Heredity, variation, natural selection. Okay, what are the three components? Heredity, variation, natural selection. What is evolution? The story of origin of Earth, first life form, and then how different life forms form. How Earth evolved first, and then from the Earth is a non-living component, right? From that, how first life evolved, and then from that, how different forms of life evolved. So that is evolution. Three components, the principles, three important components, main principles: heredity, variation, natural selection. Can you understand? Heredity, variation, natural selection. See, in this book, I think you have a picture. Okay, you have a picture. Let me simplify the picture and connect it with heredity, variation, and natural selection. Okay, fine. So, what process ensures all these components? What process ensures all these components? Reproduction. What is the last chapter we studied? We studied what? The last component, last chapter. Yeah, how do organisms reproduce? Okay. Now, let me simplify the diagram and tell you. Okay. See, look at that. This is one organism. How it looks like? Example, this is one organism. How it looks like? A circle and a standing line. Okay, circle and a straight line. Heredity means, how can you define heredity? Correct. Can you see? Organisms produces. Heredity means what? Hari, heredity means what? Organisms produces their progeny of their own kind. Okay. Human beings produce human being. Cat produce kitten. Dog produce puppy. From mango seed, mango tree. Okay. So from banana tree, another banana tree. This is called what? Heredity. You know one thing? In evolution, when first the human beings evolved, we are the modern human beings. When we evolved, how many years back? You just imagine. I told you evolution is the story of what? The origin of Earth. You know what? The Earth evolved at least 4.5 billion years ago. Earth evolved 4.5 billion years ago. And then the first form of life evolved 4 billion years ago. Okay. And then humans, when we evolved, okay, Earth evolved, and then first life evolved, and then when humans evolved, we may think, just assume 2 million, 150 million, okay? But you know what? We are modern human beings. Okay, we evolved just 2,500 years ago. How many years? According to the science, modern, we are Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens sapiens. We evolved what? Monkeys only evolved a few million years ago. Okay, but we evolved just 25,000 years ago. When we evolved 25,000 years ago, not more than that. Okay, only 25,000 years ago, the Homo sapiens evolved, according to the history and historical evidences. Can you understand? See, evolution is a fast process or slow process? Very slow process. Very slow, but directed process. Can you understand? Evolution is a slow and directed process. Like this, the development will be. Look at that. Giraffe had small neck and then large neck. Not all of a sudden. It took million years ago. Means millions of years for the growth of the neck. Okay, adaptation. Something called adaptation. Can you understand? Fine. So, why I'm telling all these things? The first component of evolution is many organisms evolved. Still, they are existing. What is the reason? Because of what? Heredity. Okay, heredity, that process, DNA copying mechanism. Monkeys evolved, I said, as you people said, many million years ago. Yes, still they are existing. Monkeys evolved million years ago, still they are existing. Can you understand? What is the reason? Heredity. Can you understand? Heredity ensures or inheritance ensures transfer of characters from parent to offspring, parent to offspring, parent to offspring. So that genetic stability is maintained. Okay, that's the reason why some organisms evolved long back, still they are existing. They maintain their heredity, inheritance principle. They maintain the inheritance principle. Whatever changes occurs, mostly they don't change its genome pattern. Can you understand? First, heredity. Okay. And look at that, this picture. Oh, sorry. What? Yes, I'll tell you. Coming to that only. See, look at that. Here, What change you can see? See, look at that. All the organisms, okay, they are similar. But because of something called variation, okay, variation results in what? Speciation. Variation results in what? Speciation. What is variation? The degree in which progeny differs from parents. Range of differences. Okay. Okay, can you define variation? The degree in which progeny differs from parents. Okay, that is called what? Variation. That is called variation. See, we have somatoplasm, germplasm. What is it? Somatoplasm, germplasm. Somatoplasm means the bodily changes. Germplasm means DNA level. See, I get injury, little accident. Maybe I lose my hand. This is one change. Will this be inherited to my boy or girl? No, because it is somatic changes, bodily changes. Bodily changes do not inherit to the progeny. But for example, I develop one new character. Okay, that in simple, okay, don't worry. Known example, I get AIDS, HIV AIDS. Okay, you know about HIV AIDS, right? Sexually transmitted disease. This AIDS will go, this gene, viral genome, integrated into my sperm cell. Now, my son will be born or my daughter will be born. Will they have AIDS? Yes, because germplasm in my sperm cell, the HIV is there. Virus is introduced. So definitely that is inherited to my progeny. Can you understand? So in variation, the bodily changes do not inherit. The somatic means somatoplasm changes do not inherit. But if the changes accumulated in genome, okay, then that will, in DNA the changes is there. That will be inherited. Can you understand? And see, listen, not just like that variation. If little variation will have no effect. Something called, they say, accumulation of variation. What do they say? Accumulation of variation. Accumulation of variation. Note down these terms. Results in what? Accumulation of variation only results in speciation. Accumulation of variation results in speciation. What is accumulation of variation? See, last chapter, what did we discuss? How do organisms reproduce? What are the two modes of reproduction? Sexual and asexual reproduction. Yes or no? Sexual and asexual reproduction. What is asexual? What is sexual? How do you define sexual and asexual reproduction? There is when I gave you one definition, biological process by which organisms for reproduction. What definition I gave? It is the biological process by which organisms produce progeny more or less similar to their own kind. In which mode of reproduction? If more similar, it is asexual reproduction. Okay, if it is less similar, means little variation is there, it is sexual reproduction. Okay, so clones are produced in asexual reproduction. So, where is the room in evolution? Where is the room for variation? Sexual reproduction. Can you understand? Variation is the result of what? Internal factor is what for variation? Sexual reproduction. Okay, when two organisms fuses, progeny is produced. Initially, for example, you can put 0.000000001 initial variation. Slowly it will become what? Here. Slowly it will become here. Slowly it will become here. It will become here. Slowly 0.1. Slowly 1% variation. Can you understand? Million, billion years it takes. Slowly the variation accumulates. And then if 1% DNA changes or 5.5% DNA changes, at least 1% DNA changes, new species is evolved. 1 to 2% DNA variation is there, then new species is evolved. So, accumulation of variation results in speciation. That's how we evolved. Okay, from monkey's genome, variation accumulated, and we evolved. Not directly from monkey, but there are many species in between. Okay, what are our recent ancestors? We are Homo sapiens. Our ancestors are Homo neanderthalians. Homo sapiens, neanderthalians. And before that, Homo erectus, Homo habilis, Australopithecus, Ramapithecus. Can you understand? Monkey walk on 4 arms. Ramapithecus walks little straight. Australopithecus, body also somewhat straight. And then Homo habilis, almost like this. Homo erectus. And then like us, Homo neanderthalians. And from them, we, Homo sapiens. Can you understand? So, genetic variation, capacity of brain changed, and then we evolved. After us, just 25,000, we are young. Anything may happen. Okay? For example, in those days, very few people get baldness. Now look at that. 50% of the people get baldness. After you just imagine, after 10,000 years, no hair in our body. Okay, no hair in our body. We will be like Jolly Kadabama. I've seen it. May happen. Okay, and of course, always we cover our body, means with cloths. Slowly we lose what? Bodily hair. Our forefathers, our grandparents had body hair, lot of body hair. Now it is reducing. Okay, and so slowly what will happen? And of course, why we developed the body hair? To sustain high temperature. But now we don't prefer high temperature. We always stay in air conditioned room. Yes or no? We prefer. Everywhere we prefer. Slowly, and of course, we are wearing this. Automatically, the growth of body hair stops. And slowly, most of us will not, growth of hair will not be there. Maybe that's one little variation. Like that, how many? They're just one phenotype. Body hair is one phenotype. Look at that. See, one alarming change in human beings is, in every man, 70% or 80% of male hormone, 20% of female hormone will be there. In female, 80% of female hormone, 10 to 20% of male hormones will be there. Okay? But a recent research says femaleness becoming very questionable, because for the good production of hormone, they should have proper menstrual cycle. Okay, and the menstrual cycle should not be affected. But now we go for a lot of family planning. No baby, 1 or 2 baby, that's enough. And also we prolong pregnancy. Okay, we use lot of contraceptive methods in reproductive health. We saw, right? Surgical. Do you remember in reproductive health? Last chapter, I think, did we discuss about reproductive health? Taking pills, taking condoms, intrauterine devices, vasectomy, tubectomy. What occurs? The quality, the quantity, the production of sperm cell hormones slowly getting reduced. So in women, now you can see lot of maleness. Okay, they becoming fertile, infertile basically. Okay, if 10 people are married, 4 people are infertile. Okay, 10 people are getting married, means 5 couples. In that, only 6 people are normal, 4 people are, I'm telling 2020 statistics. But now it is even more than that, at least 50-50. Okay, 4 people are infertile, not able to produce their progeny. In that 4, 3 plus are what? More than 3 are what? Women. Because of what? Hormonal imbalance. You can see now, maybe because of the food they use, the thought process, the activity they do, harsh activity, whatever, makes and affecting their menstrual health, which results in what? Female or slowly becoming male. Okay. Hmm. 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 That means in male, see, there are many factors which influences maleness as well as femaleness. Chromosomes, one thing, and then many genes are there, and the stimulation, genes are stimulated internally as well as environment. Okay, why they don't use laptop, don't sit in front of laptop, don't wear tight dresses. Why? Sperm cell production, testes requires less than body temperature. Okay, testes should be located less than body temperature. What is the body temperature? 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, but testes requires only 35 degrees Celsius. Can you understand? That's why our forefathers were only cotton dresses. Okay, and testes located outside the body. But now, though it is located outside the body, the kind of dress we wear, the kind of dress code we follow, increases the temperature of the testes. So, production of sperm cell as well as production of male hormones are keep on decreasing. Okay? Yes, sir. So production of hormones are keep on decreasing. So yes, we face now that infertility is a big issue, and slowly it may result in what? If the same thing inherited, okay, definitely from us a new species may evolve, which may be always human beings may become now 50-50%. 50% are sterile, 50% are means fertile, 50% are infertile. After, you just imagine, after 1,000 years, 10,000 years, 80% of the people will be infertile, 20% of the people will be fertile. In those days, Tata Patti had 16 babies. Yes or no? But now, even in city and all, in now, you can see lot of infertility clinic. Yes or no? Fertility clinic, lot of fertility clinic you have. The reason is what? Slowly we all becoming infertile. If you don't do family planning also, we lose our fertility. Okay? There is one in evolution. In your higher classes, you study about one concept. You know it also. Lamarck. a person called Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. Okay, so his one of the concept is postulate is use it or lose it. Means what? If you suppress your reproductive efficiency, you're going to lose it. You're taking pills for what? To reduce pregnancy, to affect the hormonal production. Slowly, that becomes what? Cells will be programmed like that. They loses their viability. Can you understand? So we are not using our full reproductive potential. That's why we are ending up with what? Infertility issues. Even 70 years ago, in 1950s and all, what was the major breakthrough occurred? Population explosion, birth control methods. World population 50% from India and China. Okay, now we are, that's why they implemented what? Birth control methods in India and China. We were the target for the global world. They thought, see, these people are evaluating, means they are like exploding, and definitely one day they will come here. Okay, whole earth will be filled with what? Indians and Chinese. So that's why like they wanted to control the birth ratio. Of course, it is controlled. Now all of us are having what? 2 baby. Means that explosion is stopped. Can you understand? See, just listen. Just for population growth, density estimation, 3 conditions they will say when the population will go on what high level. There should be, pyramid. How the pyramids looks like. Okay, so when population is growing, 3 levels, separate into 3 levels. One is what? Pre-reproductive phase. The bottom in was pre-reproductive phase. Middle one is reproductive phase. Top one is post-reproductive phase. Children, parent, grandparents. Okay? Yes or no? It should be like this. It was 100 years back. Okay? 2 Tata Patti. Okay? They will have 10 children. Okay? Tata Patti will have what? 10 children. And now each will have 3. Okay? At least 3. 10 into 3? 30. Yes or no? This was the condition 100 years back. Okay? For 2 Tata Patti, auntie, uncle, and then grandparents, grandchildren. Can you understand? So the population was like this. But now, look at in every family, how it is there. In most of the city family, 2 Tata Patti are there, 2 Appa Amma are there. How many children they will be having? Okay, imagine that both are alive. Tata Patti is alive, Amma is alive, Appa is alive. Yes or no? So, 2. But in most of the family, now the population is stable. Stable. Okay, stable. But slowly, in some of the family, how it is looking? Tata Patti, parents, 1 children. Yes or no? Now, look at that inverted. The table may get inverted. And many people, as I said, 40% of the people are infertile. In there, what is the condition? 2 to 0. Can you understand? So, now the pyramid is becoming ulta. Just, this is in, you can just, any family you go and check. Any family you know, you go and check. Nearby family, Tata Patti, ask anybody else. How many people were there 100 years? Tata Patti, how many children? And then your uncle, auntie, how many members were there in the family? Now, how many are there in your family? Think about your future. Can you understand? No one will have 5 children. No one is having 5 children now. Okay, rarely 3. How many children I have? 2. Third time my wife is conceived. So I will be having 3. Can you understand? But 3 is rare. People will actually looking at me, laughing at me. 3 are. They're surprised. See, having 3 children is now, என்ன சொல்றது, ஆச்சரியமான விஷயமா போச்சு. And what happened then? Human population கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா கம்மியாயிடும். நம்ம இல்லாம போறதுக்கும் நிறைய சான்ஸ் இருக்கு. போதாததுக்கு global warming, okay, many factors, corona, war, many things can, okay. So we are not what following the pyramid growth of reproduction in reproductive phase. And look at that. How many in your family? How many of them are post reproductive phase? Reproductive phase. See, even in reproductive phase, they don't plan for much. They do not involve in continuous reproduction, but they are stationary. But look at that. What makes more progenies? If they have more children, they will get married. They will produce more progeny. They will be contributing factor. But now children are less. Grandparents are more. What will happen? In pre-reproductive phase, how many people are there in your family? You just split into 2. Reproductive phase and pre-reproductive phase. How many of them are there in reproductive phase in your family? 8. Okay. 8 to 10. Pre-reproductive phase. Children, how many? Oh, really? 8. How many tata patti you have in your family? 4. Okay. Your father, mother, and auntie, uncle. Hey, உங்க வீட்ல எத்தனை பேர் இருக்காங்க இப்போ? அப்பா அம்மா தாத்தா பாட்டி 2 பேர் இருக்காங்களா? எத்தனை பேர் இருக்காங்க? மொத்தத்தை விடுப்பா. Your family. Okay, you can take your tata patike. How many children are there? For example, your அம்மாவோட அப்பா இருக்காங்க. Yes or no? உங்க அம்மாவோட அப்பா, அப்பாவோட அப்பா, அப்பாவோட அப்பா அம்மா இருக்காங்களா? 2 பேர். அப்பா கூட பிறந்தவங்க எத்தனை பேர்? 3. 3 plus 3, 6 இருக்காங்களா? எத்தனை சில்ட்ரன் இருக்காங்க? இது 6. 3 ஃபேமிலிலயும் சின்ன பசங்க எத்தனை பேர் இருக்கீங்க? பெருசு யாரு உங்க ஃபேமிலியில? குழந்தைங்கன்னு மொத்தம் எத்தனை பேர் இருக்காங்க? ஏய், அப்பா கூட கேள்டா, இங்க யாரு அப்பா கூட எத்தனை பேர் பிறந்திருக்காங்க? 3னா யார் யாரு? ஏய், பத்தியா இன்னும் கொடுமை இது ஃபேமிலியோட நிலைமை. ஓ, ஏய், அப்பாக்கு அண்ணன் எத்தனை பேர், தங்கச்சி எத்தனை பேர்? டேய், அப்பாக்கு மட்டும் சொல்டா, அப்பாக்கு மட்டும் சொல்லு. நல்ல யோசி. ஏய், அப்பாக்கு அப்பா ஒருத்தர். ஓகேயா? அப்பாக்கு கல்யாணம் ஆயிடுச்சா? 1. அப்புறம் சித்தப்பாவா பெரியப்பாவா? அப்பாக்கு பிரதர் ஆர் சிஸ்டர்? 2 சிஸ்டர். 4 members அப்போ. 1 sister married-ஆ? Okay, 1 plus 1. 2 brothers married-ஆ? Both of them married. So 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1. எத்தனை பேர் மொத்தம்? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. ஓகே, இதான் கேட்கிறேன். ஓகே, 8. இப்போ இவங்களுக்கு எத்தனை பசங்க? அப்பாக்கு எத்தனை பசங்க? 2. இங்க 2. இங்க 2. இங்க 2. This is what I'm telling. Look at that. Stable it is. Okay, like this means Look at that pre-reproductive phase la enna kadayadu. இங்க வந்து எத்தனை இருக்கணும்? 12 இருக்கணும், 10 இருக்கணும். அப்படின்னா தான் many people are there in pyramid base. எப்படி இருக்கும்? Many pre-reproductive phase means if it is pre-reproductive phase 100 days here, 100 days, 100 years back, what was the condition? For one, many children. For Tata Patti itself, many siblings. Tata Patti itself, you had சித்தப்பா பெரியப்பா, சின்ன சித்தப்பா பெரியப்பா, நிறைய பேர் இருந்திருப்பாங்க. அண்ட் சொந்தக்காரங்க எல்லாம் ஒண்ணு சேர்ந்தா வீடு பத்தாது. they will be in the street. இது சித்தி வீடு, இது சித்தப்பா வீடு, இது அத்தை வீடு, மாமா வீடு, அந்த ஸ்ட்ரீட்டே உங்களுக்கு தான் அப்போ. பட் இப்ப ஃபேமிலிஸ் கம்மியாகி 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 நம்ம சொந்தக்காரங்க வீட்டுக்கு போறதும் கம்மியாகி, இதுல டியூஷன், இதுல 10th. பட் எனிவே நம்பர் ஆஃப் ஃபேமிலி பாருங்க, ஒரு ஃபேமிலியில இருக்கிற மெம்பர் சொல்றதுக்கே யோசிக்கிறான். he cannot understand the question. Okay, so look at that. This is okay, decent. In some people they will have 1 1 1 1. What will be there then? இந்த இடத்துல 8, இங்க என்ன 4 தான். Okay, so 2 4 and then 8 means 2 8 4. Can you understand? So population now becoming stable or coming even lower than that. ஏற்கனவே high population, அதனால இப்ப பெருசா ஒண்ணும் தெரியல. We exploded already 100 years back, but think from now 100 years back. Okay, very very difficult. Slowly, then 10,000 years back, then 25,000. We are on midway. Think about our 50,000 years. How we will be? Very questionable. That's why people are telling human people are endangered. Human life is endangered on Earth. Global warming. These are a lot of things they are talking about. Environmental issues. Okay, fine. So anyway, lot of stories we went actually. Since we have enough time, that's why I'm just casually handling all this things. Fine. So what are the two concepts we explained? Heredity and variation. Okay, fine, good. So heredity results in production of progeny. Variation, little variation accumulated, and finally what here? New species evolved. Then what is the third component of evolution? Natural selection. Now, see, this is old species. Okay, here you can see one old species, one new species. Okay, something is old, something is new. Now, old one will have more survival advantage. What is the old one? Circle and straight line, standing line, circle and sleeping line. Two species are there. One is old, one is new. Okay, which one will have more survival advantage? What is your option? First one, in the sense, old one. Okay, old will have more survival advantage compared to new. What is your opinion? Old one. Maybe change your option. Change your option. Chuma. What is the other option? One option he gave. I'm asking you the other option. New one. Okay, no old. New one. Any other option? Both will have survival advantage. I'm a cunning fellow, so I don't want both. Fourth option. What are the 4 options? Old one will have more survival advantage. Second one, new one will have more survival advantage. Third one, both will have equal survival advantage. Fourth, both will not have. Both will change. Who are you and me to decide this one? What decides this? Nature. That component is called what? Natural selection. Okay, existence of old and new, old and new, or both or not. It is determined by what? Then why? Okay, old one had standard DNA pattern. Why dinosaurs are not here? Dinosaurs. That's what nature, though they have more stability, more dominant in that period, Jurassic era. What happened? Natural calamity. lot of water, global warming, lot of water. Gundu fellows cannot swim, volcano eruption. Change in the conditions, they died. Extincted. Extincted. Can you understand all species? Can you find any one dinosaurs? No. But they were there existing, existed. Yeah. But now they are not extincted. Old one, very strong, right? But look at the cockroach. Evolved before that. Little fellow cockroach. Still it is there. One survey says the whole world, whole human population, cockroach will survive. Any calamity comes, building la idinju uludu. Kadal fulla thanni aichu. Kadal fulla inga vandiruchu. Who will have more survival advantage? வீடுன்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டா யார் இருக்குமோ இல்லையோ மனுஷனும் காக்ரோச் இருப்பானா. ஓகே, காக்ரோச் ஆர் அடாப்டட் வெல். தே வில் பி தேர் ஃபார் மில்லியன் மோர் இயர்ஸ் அண்ட் நோ பிக் அடாப்டேஷன். அப்படியே இருக்கும், சேஞ்சே ஆகல. காக்ரோச் இஸ் காக்ரோச், 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 காக்ரோச் ஃபார் ஆல் த டைம். ஜெனட்டிக் ஸ்டெபிலிட்டி அவ்வளவு ஸ்ட்ராங்கா வச்சிருக்கான் காக்ரோச். கேன் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? தே வில் நாட் அலோ. We are changing our nature. Cockroach are adapting to all of the AC la irukam. Cockroach is there in AC room இப்ப திறந்தா உள்ள இருக்கும், குட்டி போட்டு வச்சிருக்கும். Can you understand? வெயில் அடிக்கும், பார்த்தா அங்க காக்ரோச் இருக்கு. Wherever human beings you can feel, see dirt, அழுக்கும் இருட்டும் இருக்கிற இடத்துல காக்ரோச் இருக்கும். Wherever we are there, இங்க பாருங்க அழுக்கும் இருட்டும் வச்சிருக்கோம். ஓபன் பண்ண அங்க உள்ள எப்படி இருக்கும்? இருட்டா தான் இருக்கும். Can you understand? So இங்க இருக்கும் காக்ரோச். So what I'm trying to say means the nature supports some organisms. Nature, because of, and if they are adapted, they can enjoy. No matter if they are small or big, they can survive. No matter how dominant we are, we may extinct. Can you understand? What is Darwin's theory in evolution? Survival of the fittest. Yes or no? The one fittest organisms survive. Actually, they are not fittest. They are fitter. They don't go much. They are not ruling the world, or the cockroaches ruling the world. No, we are ruling the world, but we will die. We all will extinct one day. They will survive. They are just fitter. Okay, they adapt. They adjust. Even though you use lot of heat, they find a way to. Fridge oda sandala irukaya. பாத்திருக்கீங்களா? ஃப்ரிட்ஜ் அவனுக்கு கூட இப்ப ஏசி கேக்குது. வீட்டுல போய் ஃப்ரிட்ஜை தரீங்கன்னு வச்சோம். எங்க வீட்டுல இருக்கு ஃப்ரிட்ஜ். இப்படி திறந்து பார்த்தா அந்த மூடி திறக்கிற இடத்துல ஒரு சின்ன ஓட்டை இருக்கும், அங்க போட்டு வச்சிருக்கான் காக்ரோச் குட்டி. எப்படிதான் போட்டான்னு தெரியல. மீன்ஸ் so look at that, how well they, I think they need AC now. Yes or no? முன்னாடி அவன் வெயில் காலத்துல வெயில் அங்கதான் இருந்தான். But now I think they too themselves want to stay in water, ஒரு chill area. Means they are adapting, they are fitting themselves to the environment. Can you understand? But so all these things are what? Natural, decided by what? The nature, environment factors. Okay, so this is very, very interesting chapter. Like a lot of such stories we can hear from that. So what we were discussing are there in the first paragraph. If you look into the first paragraph, you can see. Just go through the paragraph 1. What is there? See, we saw about the reproduction. Okay, sometimes identical, sometimes different. Okay, different organisms are produced, and then in sexual reproduction ensures what? Asexual reproduction, identical offsprings are produced. Okay, but in sexual reproduction, look at that, in sexual reproduction variation is seen. Okay, that variation, okay, like maybe in plants or whatever. Okay, like just giving one example, different types of sugar cane. நம்ம சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, கரும்பு கரும்பு இருக்கு, ஜூஸ் போடுறதுக்கு ஒரு கரும்பு யூஸ் பண்றோம். பொங்கல் கரும்பு இருக்கு ஜூஸ் போடுறதுக்கு. பன்னீர் கரும்புன்னு சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, நாட்டு கரும்புன்னு சொல்லுவோம். ஓகே, so even in sugarcane you have varieties. That's because of what? Variation. Can you understand? Fine. And when the organism reproduce sexually, definitely variations are visible. Okay, if the variations are in somatic, they won't get inherited. But if it is genetic, okay, genetic level variation, new species may form. Can you understand? So that is what we should focus much in evolution. Okay, and this is the picture. What ensures all these things? The diversity. Based on this only, I just gave you the diagram. Okay, so what ensures this variation or heredity? Reproduction. Can you understand? Here, look at that. Accumulation of variation results in speciation. That is occurring where? In the process of reproduction. Reproduction, that is internal factor. What are the external factors which causes variation? What are the external factors which causes variation? UV radiation. Okay. Like ultraviolet radiation, sunla irukra very different kind of radiations. Okay, physical factor, temperature, high temperature can cause variation. Okay, and then chemical substances, carcinogens, they cause variation. And bacteria, biological factors like bacteria, viruses can introduce new gene into our body. So biological factor, so physical factor, chemical factor, biological factor causes variation. Can you understand? They are external factor. Genes, chromosomes, all these things are what? Internal factors causes variation. Okay, when the DNA it replicates, if some error occurs, that results in mutation. If mutation is inherited, that results in variation. Can you understand? That is internal factor. But radiations, poisonous gases are... See, listen. For new species formation, there are two approaches. What evolution speaks? New species will be formed after a long accumulation of variation only results in speciation. Accumulation of variation results in speciation. Okay. Darwin also supports the same. Evolution is a slow and progressive change. What is evolution? Slow and progressive change. But Hugo de Vries, one person called what? Hugo de Vries. His theory is, no, if evolution is the factor for variation, as of now, only we have 1,000 species on Earth. Okay, slowly, slowly one, slowly, slowly one, slowly, slowly one. Look at that, very few species only. But no, the diversity is because of what? Not just because of evolution. Yes, evolution, but also mutation. Mutation is what? Sudden change. Now I get some change. Immediately my progeny will have that change. That is what actually mutation theory. Okay, mutation is fast and random. You can't expect, right? Mutation, where your DNA has to be changed. You don't expect, you don't predict. Any gene can affect. It may be somatoplasm or germplasm. And that may be inherited or not inherited. It is random. That is modification is called what? Induced mutation. What is induced mutation? You yourself apply radiation and modify and check. That is one study now. Lot of study. Okay. Study of induced mutation. Something called mutagenesis. What is mutagenesis? Generation of mutation. In organisms, they just mutate some gene and check the effect. That's why research. Rat. They mutate some gene and then they check the effect. What new character it gets. What particular character is lost. That is mutation, mutagenesis. There are two types. Even in mutation, there are two types. One is random mutagenesis. Another one is site-directed mutagenesis. What is site-directed mutagenesis? This gene, chromosome number 1, number 10 gene, I will change you. Let me check the effect. That is called what? Site-directed or site-specific mutagenesis. We purposely mutate some gene. The gene which follows your hair lobe. You can mutate it and check the growth and development of the rat. See, listen, you know, science, the view of science is anthropocentric. Biology or any technology is anthropocentric. Anthropocentric means what? Human centric. இந்த உலகத்துல இருக்கிற எதை வேணாலும் நீங்க மாத்தலாம். உங்களுக்கு பர்மிஷன் இருக்கு, சயின்ஸ் அலோஸ். ஆனா உங்களுக்கு எதுக்கு பர்மிஷன் கிடையாது? நம்ம ஜீனை, நம்ம டிஎன்ஏவை தேவையில்லாம மாத்துற பர்மிஷன் உங்களுக்கு கிடையாது. Can you understand? So you can't program your DNA. You're not allowed to do that. Cloning, for example, you can clone yourself, but it is not allowed. See, embryo, for example, how do you change the effect and study? Human embryo, you have to study, right? Sperm cell, egg cell, embryo forms, 2 cell stage, 3 cell stage. You have to check the effect. It is ethically banned. You cannot work on the embryo if it is more than 3 days old. 3 நாள் ஹியூமன்ஸோட டிஎன்ஏவை மட்டும் நீங்க சேஞ்ச் பண்ண ட்ரை பண்ண கூடாது. ஓகேயா? ஹியூமன்ஸோட எம்ப்ரியோல மட்டும் நீங்க விளையாடவே கூடாது. எந்த எத்திக்ஸ்மே அதுக்கு அலோவ் பண்றது கிடையாது. இட் இஸ் பேண்ட். ஓகே? ஆனா ஹியூமன்ஸ்க்கு வேணும்னா நீங்க இந்த உலகத்தையே திருப்பி போட்டுக்கலாம். பிளான்ட்டை மாடிஃபை பண்ண, அனிமலை மாடிஃபை பண்ண, எனி ஆர்கானிசம்ஸ் மாடிஃபை பண்ண. ஓகே? பட் ஹியூமன்ஸை பண்ணக்கூடாது. இது கூட சேர்த்து என்டாஞ்சர்ட் ஸ்பீஷிஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. முன்னாடி எல்லாம் மங்கீஸ்ல ரிசர்ச் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. ஃப்ராக் பிடிச்சி ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் காலேஜ்ல எல்லாம் கட் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. இப்ப நீங்க ஃப்ராக் பிடிக்க கூடாது ரிசர்ச்க்கு, பேண்ட். ஃப்ராக் யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது, ஸ்னேக்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது ரிசர்ச்க்கு, மங்கீஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது. மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த அனிமல்ஸ் இப்போ ஏன் டைகர் எல்லாம் வேட்டையாடக்கூடாது. சேவ் லயன் ப்ராஜெக்ட் வி ஹேவ், சேவ் டைகர் ப்ராஜெக்ட் வி ஹேவ். வை? தே ஆர் என்டாஞ்சர்ட். அவங்களையும் நீ ரிசர்ச் பண்ணக்கூடாது. ஹியூமன்ஸ் தாண்டி என்டேஞ்சர் நம்பர் ஆஃப் ஸ்பீஷிஸ் கம்மியாயிட்டு இருக்கிறவங்கள நீங்க என்ன பண்ணக்கூடாது? ரிசர்ச் பண்ணக்கூடாது. நீ எல்லா கண்டிஷன்ஸையும் படிக்கலாம், ஆனா அதோட ஜீனோமை மாடிஃபை பண்ணி நீ போக கூடாது. இப்போ சிலிசன், நீ ஆர்கானிசம்ஸோட ஜீனோ லெவலுக்கு போய் மாடிஃபை பண்ணி எஃபெக்ட் பண்ணணும்னே கிடையாது. எல்லாமே இப்ப now artificial intelligence. What do we have actually? Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence in the sense what? Identify the gene, design it here and study the function. Okay, so no direct இப்போ மெடிசின்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க, ரொம்ப ஹியூமன்ஸ்ல அனிமல்ஸ்ல செக் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. பட் நோ, ஒரு கெமிக்கல் இருக்கு ஹியூமன்ஸ்ல, இந்த செல்லுல ஒர்க் ஆகுமான்னு சொல்லிட்டு இந்த செல்லோட ஸ்ட்ரக்சரையும் இந்த கெமிக்கல்களோட ஸ்ட்ரக்சரையும் கம்ப்யூட்டர்ல போடுவாங்க. மேட்சிங் ஆச்சுன்னா மருந்து ஒர்க் ஆகுது, மேட்சிங் ஆகலைன்னா இந்த மாலிகுல் போய் பைண்ட் ஆகலைன்னா ஒர்க் ஆகல. அப்படியேனாலும் செல்ஸ் மட்டும் கல்ச்சர் பண்ணி அதுல மட்டும் பண்ணுவாங்க. நோ ஆர்கானிசம்ஸ் ஆர் இன்வால்வ். கேன் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? ஸோ நிறைய அட்வான்ஸ்மெண்ட் இப்படி வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. அதனால ஆக்சுவலி யூ ஆர் நாட் அலோட் டு மாடிஃபை எனி ஜீன் இந்த மாதிரியான ஆர்கானிசம்ஸ்ல. பட் பிளான்ட் எடுத்துக்கோங்க, நம்ம வச்சிருக்கிறது எல்லாமே ஜெனட்டிக்கலி மாடிஃபைட் ஆர்கானிசம்ஸ் தான். பாக்டீரியா வச்சுக்கோங்க. கரெக்ட், அழகா பண்றீங்களா? நீங்க பிளான்ட்ஸ்ல இந்த டாக்ஸ்ல எல்லாம் பாருங்க, எத்தனை ஹைபிரிட் டாக் இருக்கு. எவல்யூஷன்ல சிலிசன், எவல்யூஷன்ல 4 நாய் வந்துருந்துச்சுன்னா மனுஷன் 40,000 நாய் ஹைபிரிட்ல வச்சிருக்கான். Who created lot of species on earth? Not the evolution, but the மனுஷன். எஸ் ஆர் நோ? எவல்யூஷன்ல ஆமா, எல்லாம் கிராஸ் பண்ணி பிளான்ட்ல அத்தனை வெரைட்டிஸ் வச்சிருக்கோம். அனிமல்ஸ், டாக்ஸ்ல அத்தனை வெரைட்டிஸ் வச்சிருக்கோம், பேர்ட்ஸ்ல அத்தனை வெரைட்டிஸ். எவல்யூஷன் did not create all those species. உலகத்துல இருக்கிற பாதி, இப்ப இருக்கிற முக்காவாசி ஸ்பீஷிஸ் யாரு கிரியேட் பண்ணது? ஹியூமன்ஸ். இருக்கிற பிளான்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் நம்ம வச்சது, இருக்கிற டாக்ஸ் எல்லாம் நம்ம பண்ணது. கேன் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? சோ நம்ம தான் நம்மளோட என்விரான்மெண்ட்டை வச்சிருக்கோம். சோ ஈகோசிஸ்டம் டெஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன். ஆல்ரெடி நம்ம மீனே குளத்துல எந்த மீன் வளரணும்னு நம்ம தான் முடிவு பண்றோம். நம்ம போடுற மீன் தான் வளருது. நம்ம போடும்போது என்ன பண்றோம்? குட்டி மீன்லாம் வளரக்கூடாதுன்னு தான் போடுறோம். கடல்லே நெட்டு போட்டான், இந்த ஏரியால இந்த மீன் தாண்டா வளர்ப்பாங்க. கடல்லே நெட்டு போட்டு தான் வளர்க்குறான். ஹப் இருக்கு, சம்திங் கால்ட் யூ நோ ஃபிஷிங் ஹப். சிமெண்ட் இந்த மாதிரி வீடு அளவுக்கு பார்லரை உள்ள இறக்கிறான். அதுல இந்த மீன் தான் வந்து அதுக்கு தேவையானதை மட்டும் வைக்கிறான். அந்த மீன் மட்டும் உள்ள வருது, குடுன்னு போய் அதை மட்டும் புஷ் வரான். ஏன்? கடல் ஃபுல்லா நான் தேடணும், எனக்கு தேவையான சாப்பாடு இங்க போடுறேன். ஐ வாண்ட் ஒன்லி திஸ் மீன், ஐ வில் கெட் இட். கேன் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? சோ வி ஆர், ஆமா, அதுக்கு பேரு தான் ஃபிஷிங் ஹப். ஃபிஷிங் ஹப் அது இல்லையா? ஹவுஸ் ஃபார் ஃபிஷஸ். கடல்ல ஃபிஷ்ஷுக்கு நம்ம வீடு கட்டி வச்சிருக்கோம். இதுல சின்ன ஃபிஷ், இப்போ சில இடத்துல இந்த மாதிரி பெரிய ஃபிஷ் மட்டும்தான் வர முடியும். அவன் மட்டும்தான் நல்ல கம்ஃபர்டபுளா அந்த உட்காந்துருப்பான். அவனுக்கு தேவையான கண்டிஷன்ஸ்லாம் அதுல இருக்கு. அவனுக்கு பிடிச்சதெல்லாம் நம்ம டெக்னிக்கலி அங்க பண்ணுவோம். ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா அங்க போயிட்டு இந்த மீன் மட்டும் நம்ம எடுத்துறோம். ஏன் வீடு ஃபுல்லா தேடணும், இங்க இருந்து வாட்ச் பண்றோம். ஓகே வந்துட்டான்டா மீன் போடுறான், ஓகே தூக்குடா. கேன் யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட்? அப்படியே நமக்கு ஆந்த்ரோபோசென்ட்ரிக் வியூ, இதுதான் ஹியூமனுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி மொத்த ஈகோசிஸ்டத்தையும் ஆக்சுவலி நம்ம பண்ணிட்டு தான் இருக்கு. ஏன் சார் கிரியேட் பண்ணக்கூடாது? எஸ் we are doing, எல்லாமே பண்றோம். ஆனா என்ன மட்டும் பண்ணக்கூடாது, நம்மளை மட்டும் மாத்திக்க ட்ரை பண்ணக்கூடாது. அதுக்கு மட்டும் எத்திக்ஸ் பேன் பண்ணல. அப்படி விட்டு இருந்தா என்ன ஆயிட்டு இருக்கோம், அவன் ட்ரை பண்ணுவான், எனக்கு வாளோட ஒரு புள்ள வேணும், எனக்கு 3 காலோட ஒரு புள்ள வேணும் அப்படின்னு. ஓகே, anyway, so we'll discuss all those things later. Thank you.